Hey guys, Demoman here with another Megaships video. Well, the last Megaship video in this series. After this, I'll be jumping on and doing some Star Citizen history about the Banu and the Zyad and things like this, and all the factions in Star Citizen, if you get what I mean. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in every day and watching this video series. I hope you guys enjoy the next few video series I got lined up for you guys as much as you enjoyed this one. So, without further ado, let's see what this one was. So, I counted the votes down, and the Orion had 11 votes, which isn't bad. And then there was the Super Dreadnought, which you guys could have voted for. It was damn close. I was thinking to myself, hey, you know, I'm gonna need to do some more research on this one. But that came with 11 votes. But then, out of nowhere, the Idris overtook it, and with a whopping 19 votes, you guys voted for the Idris. Mind you guys, I did do a 48-minute video on capital ships. I recommend you give that a watch if you haven't seen any videos on my channel before, to get an idea of where I'm going with this stuff. So yeah, let's now have a look at the Idris, and because it's the last one, we'll look at both variants for you guys, the Idris M and the Idris P. So let's get all the information accumulated, and let's do this. So the mighty Idris is an incredibly large ship. It's a capital ship, so it is already a mega ship. So the Idris M is the military variant of the Idris, and the Idris P is the civilian variant, and should not be feared any less than the Idris M. They are both very powerful and capable vessels here. So, let's have a look at the official description here for the Idris. Frigates, though smaller than a cruiser, are lacking the heavy armor and capital weaponry of larger class. Are extremely useful in combat situations due to their maneuverability and high configurable upgrade options. Even the last expensive modules feature numerous upgrade slots and multiple hardpoints for turrets and missiles. Frigates are also frequently used for boarding actions. A single ship can support a team of Marines capable of taking the fight to the decks of larger warships and stations. So the Idris can crew from 37 to 50 people, and it is highly important that you guys get the required crew amount for this ship, otherwise you're going to have some really bad times ahead. On top of that, the mass of the ship, while empty, is 1,610,113.13 kilograms. That's a whole lot of kilograms. Cargo capacity 215 standard cargo units. Length 238.50 meters. Height 50.50 meters. Beam 131.20 meters. So, what else do we have here? We have radar type 3D. Avionics 12, named to be determined medium bridge. 8, named to be determined ATC room. Coolers 4, named to be determined capital in the hangar floor. 8, named to be determined coolers medium in the hangar walls. Fuel system named to be determined, 2 of which are FR, and then 1 more named to be determined fuel tank. 1 capital gravity generator, 1 capital life support generator, 1 capital named to be determined jump drive. Power plants, you have 2 named to be determined capital reactor room, 4 named to be determined medium bridge, and 4 named to be determined medium hangars. So if the ship takes serious damage in various areas and the main reactor is knocked out, they'll still have reactor power to the hangar and to the bridge. And those areas are very important when under attack and whatnot. So the radar type is a capital size radar thing. It's 1 of which you only get. So when the radar is knocked out, it's done. Shield generators. Now this is interesting. You have 4 named to be determined capital shield generators. That's 4 shield generators, guys. And they're capital class, so these are pretty big. 2 named to be determined medium in the bridge. So if the shields fail on the main hull of the vessel, say under a lot of, like the ship's under a lot of stress, main reactors go out, all hell's breaking loose, then in the bridge with its own separate reactor, you'll be able to, you know, have some form of shielding, medium shielding at that. So it means that, you know, the shield could eventually get knocked out real easy from heavy weapons fire and things like that. So standing on the bridge is quite a risky endeavor in itself. So turrets, 5 Boeing M3C ASA turret, 2 size 4 guns, That's 2 size 4 weapons on each of these turrets, and there's 5 of them, guys. Plus 1 more bearing M5C STS turret, 2 size 6 guns, so that's another turret. And weapons, 1 claws and Warmer's destroyer railgun size 10, and that's the spinal mount. The P version doesn't get this. The Idris P lacks the large, humongous railgun, and it also lacks the generator for it for more other things like more cargo space and a little bit more speed and maneuverability. On top of that, it also has a 1 A&R Plowshare anti-ship missile launcher. Both of these have this. The only difference is the Idris P also has a smaller ship-to-ship gun on the end of the nose at the top. So the 2 weapons that change between the two, the Idris M, you have the large railgun and the incredibly large laser cannon-y destroyer weapon-y of doom thing just above the hangar doors, but you get a smaller version of the laser cannon doom thing on the civilian variant and no railgun. But I have heard rumors that you will be able to upgrade the Idris P in the verse to the Idris M with a upgrade kit. So you could manually attach the railgun and get an extra generator instead of the cargo room and get a bigger weapon on there. But I can imagine it'll be a large undertaking, but I think it'd be kind of cool really to own an Idris P for one reason. It's not got everything you really need to kick ass, and if you want to have well, it's a pretty kick-ass ship, don't get me wrong. The Idris P is going to be able to blast almost any other ship out of the water if it gets attacked, you know, by things like caterpillars and things like that. Will not be a match for the Idris P, guaranteed. But if you want the large railgun and the incredibly large nose cannon, you can also get the upgrade, which is like in the verse, which is pretty interesting. Like you can imagine saying, oh, we've got this Idris P, it's a bit run down, you know, say you guys save up the credits for one in the verse, it's lacking parts here and there, it's really rusty, and it's got some cool name like the, I don't know, the chum bucket or something, you know, and then you guys decide to upgrade it to be a full-on Idris M. So you guys get the equipment for it and that sort of stuff. You put your credits together, you give it a bit of polish, and you take this rusty Idris out into the verse and go have an adventure. And that sounds like a really cool time to me. Aegis History. So let's dive in and see what Aegis is a little bit about here, so you can get more of an idea of the blood-soaked history the Idris came from. Aegis Dynamics was founded from a merger between Earth-based Aegis microcomputing and Devon-based dynamic production systems with the explicit goal of constructing naval spacecraft. The firm were favored by Ivor Messer, and thus grew to prominence during the First Terran War during the Messer era. Aegis craft became synonymous with the ruthless, oppressive regime. After the fall of the Imperator, most Aegis ships and military contracts were stripped. The company seemed destined for bankruptcy, with massive layoffs. However, the Aegis craft began to be adopted by civilians, repurposed for non-military uses. In turn, the firm was shifted, softening its image and focusing on civilian variants for their current generation designs. These days, Aegis only produce a few craft. The older Retaliator bombers have been repurposed for widespread use as deep space transport or hauling vessels. The Idris frigate, named after the Battle of Idris IV, has been demilitarized for private ownership, and also is sought after by most entrepreneurial pirates. So guys, also on a side note, thank you so much for watching this video series. It's been spectacular of you guys with the comments in the comments below. People always asking for what ship they want to see next. I always go to sleep and then wake up the next morning not knowing what I'm gonna make a video on, and then all of a sudden I'll look in the comments and be like, aha, they voted for this ship. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video series. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, the next video series will be about the alien races, including the human race, the UEE, and the history and all the religions and things like this within those alien races and what they get up to in their spare time and sports and things like that. So, keep an eye out for that new video series coming up next. Thank you guys yet again for the support. It's been really spectacular of you guys. I can't believe how many subscribers I've gained in such a short period of time. It's crazy. I mean, literally just a couple of months ago I had like 100 subscribers, and now I'm on 2,000 because of you awesome people. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for your support. Let's continue to do these videos and whatnot, like of Star Citizen stuff and Star Citizen history and things like this. And I'll see how long I can keep this up for. I've been doing a video a day, every day for you guys, and it's all completely free with no ads, no Patreon or anything like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill, Commanders. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.